Hey, Floss Tube, it's Annette from Annette's Acre. Time for a September update. I just finished doing my Year of Whip challenge pieces, so I'm not going to show those again. Well, with one exception, I'll be showing those again. So if you are looking for the Year of Whip pieces, go back one video to number 14. It's been 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks since the last video. I haven't worked on a whole lot of different projects. I have added a few items to my stash. But it's been just a normal couple, 3 weeks. Continue to have busy weekends, which is going to continue through the end of October. But other than that, not a whole lot going on here. From a stitching perspective, though, progress has been made. The first thing, and I'm very happy to report, a finish. So this is Mini Twist number 1 from Northern Expressions Needlework. It is part of the collaboration with Stitchy Box. This is done in the Dragonfly Dreams colorway with Baldani and Gentle Arts threads on hand-dyed fabric and beads. So this is complete. Makes me very happy. That band in the middle was a pain in the butt. So I do have number two, and I have a Halloween colorway. Big surprise, I know. But I haven't started that yet, so that will probably come up in whatever next. Either I'll find a reason to start it up in one of the various sales that are coming along, or it'll show up next year, I'm sure. Otherwise, I also finished, and I'm also up to date on Frosted Pumpkin Passport. So I finished Japan. There she is right there. I'm stitching this on 36 count Blue Dynasty from Silk Weavers. This is an old piece of fabric. It's been in my stash for a long time, I think, prior to the Silk Weaver change of ownership. But coming along, I can't believe there's only 3 months left. I am predicting South America for October, probably Brazil or Peru. And then I suspect November will be like Mexico, maybe. And then December will end up in the US. That's my prediction. We'll see if I'm correct. I also finished part 2 of the Things Unseen. So Things Unseen, this is part 1, this is part 2, and then this is part 3. So this past week I finished part 2. Woohoo! And then I'm started on part 3. I will say that those bees, those little bitty bees in the middle, about killed me. I don't like little bitty one stitch here, one stitch there, I will say. So, but this is coming along. This is also in the Year of Whips. I suspect it'll be the first whip that's actually finished. So my goal is definitely to finish this in October. I'm not going to work on it anymore though for this last week of September, simply so I get a good Year of Whip start on it. So, alright, so otherwise what I worked on was my, still one of my very favorite whips, Tapestry by Ink Circles. A little more progress. I'm into the upper right quadrant. I will finish, there's a motif that goes out here, and then that'll make the quarter. So it's sad because when I'm looking at it in the Q-Step, I'm like, wow, I've made so much progress and I got so much done, and then I take it out and it's like, yeah, not so much. But I've been working on this pretty much on Sundays, and obviously football started, so that leaves a lot of good time, and that'll continue getting its attention on Sundays. The other piece, I actually had a couple of starts since our last video. The first one, I wasn't supposed to start until October 1st. Village of Hawk Run Hollow. But, well, you know. I'm stitching this a little differently. I'm trying out the diagonal stitching technique, including parking, which I've never done before. If you watch Brian Litton, Blitz Stitch is his channel name. He has this amazing way of doing full coverage pieces where it's diagonal, and it just makes a lot of sense to me. So I thought I would give it a try. So I did my very first little triangle. I started in the lower left corner, right down here, and I'll still do them one block at a time, but I'm going to try the diagonal approach and with the parking and see how it goes. So the actual sell is monthly. There's another Facebook group. I think it's Let's All Move to Cochrane Hollow. But I gave it a little start because I wanted to see how that went. This is 36 count vintage straw flower from Lakeside Linens, and I'm doing it 1/2. The other autumny start that I started was on September 1st, and it was Soda Stitch Autumn, and that's what I ended up with. And this is on 40 count white linen with DMC, again 1/2. So not bad for one day. I did not do the diagonal thing. I thought about it, but the way the motifs laid out, it just didn't make sense to me. And Brian hadn't posted his amazingly informative video where he actually shows him doing the stitching, so that was great. So those are all the pieces that I've worked on in the last month, for the most part. Not bad. So we'll see where things go. However, I did visit, oh my gosh, the last weekend in August, we stayed in California for the weekend, and I made a trip to Needle and Haystack. So, and Becky commented on my last video, or at least number 13, which if you haven't watched, you'll probably want to watch before October 9th. Just a hint. But Becky made a comment on that video asking about my trip to Needle and Haystack. So I brought back the stash that I got at Needle and Haystack. I went looking for essentially two things. I went looking for prepared. I went looking for the Little House Needleworks alphabets, right? So I found the ABC and the D and E, and I bought the threads for them, and I bought a piece of, look, another piece of vintage straw flower. This must be my fabric lately. So vintage straw flower. This is 36 count as well. And yes, it does match the other piece. So, sorry. So that's what I went looking for. I took my spouse with me, as I want to do occasionally, and he was good enough to drive us there. And they have a lovely table and chairs in the needlework shop. It's not a very big shop. So the lovely table and chairs in the center of the shop. And so he sat down with his iPad so that he could, sit leisurely. He doesn't rush me or anything. I could have spent, a couple of hours and he probably wouldn't have said a word. We were going to a guitar store afterwards, so we had a balanced shopping day planned. And he proceeded to say, "Oh, I really like that one. Oh, I really like that one." So, in addition to what I have showed you already, I got this kit, Jacks Are Wild, from Waxing Moon Designs, all kitted up, which was one of the models that he picked out. And another model was one of the Bent Creek zipper kits that had the penguin and the snow globe. It's on order. And then the other thing that I found just as I was wandering around was this Little Lady Liberty kit, or charts, which I thought would be very useful for the upcoming election sale in Stitch Mania. So I got that chart, the flosses, and then a piece of 32 count flax Belfast to stitch it on. So this will be a new start, but I'm saving it to use as part of the election sale. I've pulled out a few patriotic smalls to use as part of that, so I'll have that. So that's what I got at Needle and Haystack, and I also put the rest of the alphabets on order so that they'll send them to me automatically, as well as that Bank Creek zipper. So a little more than I expected. I do love that. We are actually going to be spending this coming weekend also in California, and he asked me if I wanted to go back this weekend, and I said, no, I have enough. Besides, I go back and I'm sure he would find 2 or 3 things that he didn't see last time, and so I would once again have a whole lot of projects ready to go in California. So, but that's okay. I don't mind. He doesn't go with me all that often, thank heaven. And he has pretty good taste. One of the pumpkin one that he picked out, he basically pointed to and said, "This looks like you." Yeah, kind of does. So that was good. Otherwise, I kind of went on a bit of a needle minder binge. Nifty Needle Nannies. I don't know what it was. I haven't ordered anything for a while, and then all of a sudden I kept seeing item after item, picture after picture that I had to have. So, and it's well, part of it is that it's coming up on Halloween, which is my favorite. So I have a Game of Thrones, some Mickey, and some skulls. I have she lost her button, her back button. My Mrs. Frankenstein. Love that. I got the buttons. I love all of these. And then my daughter and I have been doing kind of the Pokemon thing. So I had pre-ordered a T Mystic and a Pokeball and an Eevee. So I got those. Sorry, Missy lost her backer magnet. Okay, now she's happy. Sorry, technical difficulties. Alright, they're all set. Alright. I also went and found McKenna's Amazon shop, Sincere Stitches. So I got this beautiful dichroic pendant minder. I love this. It's gorgeous. She started a new group for the Barbara Anna A New World, the 5-piece design from Barbara Anna. I know I said that once. I'm sorry. So I have the charts, and obviously this will have to be the needle minder when I give it a start. So thank you. Delicious Threads. I found Delicious Threads. I had never ordered anything from, I had never ordered needle minders from Delicious Threads, so I certainly made up for my being late to the party. Avengers. I love the Earth. Aries. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. I'm an Aries. I was born in Aries. I will always be an Aries. There's no change in that. And then, additionally, again, Halloween, and I love the guitar picks. Great. In fact, may have ordered a few guitar picks to try to do the same kind of thing on my own. And then I love the King Tut guy and the key. So that's my first Delicious Threads order. And finally, my good friend Abby from Bella Stitch has also started going down in the needle minder game. So I have to be supportive of my longtime stitchy friends. So we have a Shame. This is a Game of Thrones reference. Which took me a little while, but I got it eventually. Shame with the bell. And a way cool bat. Kind of a filigree. Is that not the coolest bat ever? Love the bat. And then this purple agate is amazing. and the Foxy. Because, hello, it's Abby. Now, Abby does find where she puts a small, like a stone on the back. So instead of just being the flat magnet on the back, you've got this extra stone. So it makes it really easy to pull, to pick up. And it also allows to use smaller magnets. So, often, awesome. Pure awesomeness right there. Love it. Oh, one more. Sorry, forgot one. The slice. Agate slice. I love the natural materials. Love it. So, yeah, bit of a needle minder binge. But hey, it's like jewelry for the stitching. You know, what can I say? Lastly, but not least, I got my September Just Another Button Company monthly button pack. So, here's what we got. The September color, Peach. I got a boatload of peach. See? You're a peach. Isn't that cute? Love it. Peachy keen. Okay, so we got baby buttons and more buttons. And then these two peach buttons. I got peach buttons. I'm set for peach buttons for a while, let me tell you. And then the last is this design, Just Peachy, and it's an embroidery or an applique design, which I really like this idea. No idea what I'm going to do with it or when, and it comes with a button. But this would make, I think, a very cute little pincushion. So we'll see where that goes. So that's it. I take it back. That's not it. I did get a couple of other things, but they are going to be part of some upcoming sales, like the Mania sale. So rather than show now and then turn around and show you again in a month when they're scheduled to be started, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to hold it off till then. So, but I think I have enough to show as it is, right? Right. So the plans for October. Plans for October include continuing with Village of Cochrane Hollow as of October 1st. Staying caught up with Pumpkin Passport with whatever country and whatever country we visit on October 1st. For October, that was a very bad sentence and I apologize. Some days I think I do need a script. Some days. Pumpkin Passport. My Year of Whips focus piece for October is going to be Things Unseen, so that I can get it finished before the end of the month, which I think is totally doable. Totally doable. Part 3 isn't even as big as Part 1 and Part 2, so I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. That'll be the whip in California that gets the most attention once Passport is done. And then for here in Arizona, I will continue with my Tapestry on Sunday. And I'll probably pull another one of the Year of Whip pieces out to work on during the weekends. Nothing, it may just be a random pull out of the box. I have all of these in a box, so I may just reach in and pull one. And we'll see where we go. So that's it. And I have to say thank you to everyone. I've noticed I've now gotten quite a few additional subscribers in the past 3 weeks, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the time that you're taking to watch the videos and to want to know when I make a new one. So it's very heartwarming that the whole stitching community has once again basically moved to a new platform, that being the YouTube and FlossTube world. So I've been part of the online community for years, and it always makes me very happy when other people want to see what I do, because I certainly want to see what everybody else is doing. And Lord knows that a lot of the whips that I currently have are because I've seen either someone else working on it, someone else finishing it, or there's been a stitch along, and while it had been kind of sort of on my list, the stitch along has actually brought it forward. So as I hope, you know, it's just a small hope that I have a fraction of the amount of influence in the community that the community has on me. So thank you very much for all of your comments and your subscriptions. I very much appreciate them. With that, stitch all the things. Have a wonderful rest of September, and I will see you on the 10th, on the 9th. I'll see you on the 9th. And have a good night.